Hello everyone, in this occasion, allow me to introduce myself. My name is Agatha Saskia Humairah. I'm student at Mataram University, majoring in Communication Studies. In this video, I will be discussing about the documentary Pesta Babi. The documentary Pesta Babi, while watching this documentary, my focus was not only on the visual narrative present, but also on how a cultural tradition is constructed and disseminated to a wide audience through a medium of communication.
Perspective and views on the documentary.
From the perspective of cross-cultural communication, this documentary is not merely a recording of traditional ceremony.
To me, this film is a complex communicative message. There is a process of encoding by the filmmaker who attempts to frame the intimate, sacred values, and solidarity of community.
However, the great challenge with documentaries like this is audience interpretation without a complex understanding of the context. Cultural reality risks being reduced or misunderstood when consumed by other societies of cultural groups with different value system. Its strength lies in the fact that this documentary successfully sparked dialogue, forcing us out of the comfort zone of egocentrism and teaching us to see the world through the eyes of others.
Impact on the future development of communication studies.
The existence of documentaries such as Pesta Babi makes a significant contribution to the future direction of communication studies, at least in two ways. First, the repositioning of visual and digital communication. This film demonstrates that the future of communication research will incessantly shift forward to visual and sonography. Digital media is no longer merely a tool for conveying information, but a medium for documenting and preserving dynamic social identities. Second, strengthening communication ethics. In the future, communication studies will be increasingly called upon to establish strong ethical boundaries regarding the decolonization of media. This means determining how we produce content about the community without exploiting them or reducing them to more object of spectacle.
Common problems in the field of communication.
If we broaden our perspective, there is one classic problem that we still frequently encounter in the field of communication: message distortion, a lack of empathy. In an increasingly polarized society, our main problems are selective perception and echo chambers. People tend to hear only what they want to hear and reject realities that differ from those of their own group. When a cultural or social message is introduced into the public sphere, what often results is not a shared understanding, but rather misinformation and even social conflict arising from different interpretation.
How does communication studies address these issues?
Communication studies is not designed merely to identify problems, but also to offer solutions through a systematic approach. First, application of participation to wide communication model. In accordance with the basic principle of communication, the solution to misperception is dialogue, not monologue. Second, media and cultural literacy education. The problem of media misunderstanding is resolved by training the public to think critically. Communication studies plays a role in demystifying how the media works, so that audience do not simply accept what they see at face value, but are able to read the context behind the text. Third, humanistic communication. Communication helps polarization by prioritizing a humanitarian approach.
Conclusion.
Through the documentary Pesta Babi, we learn that communication is not just about how to convey a message so it gets across, but about how we value the meaning and human life within that message. Okay everyone, thank you for watching this video. I apologize for any mistake in my words and action. See you again. Bye.